This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what are we talking about today? This is what Black women don't tell you about their whole phase, okay? They don't tell you about that phase. People know about the phase. People have discovered the phase. They mention the phase. They tell you that they have the phase. But what they don't tell you is it's not a phase. That's number one. It is not a phase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a real quick TikTok video with you about a woman actually telling this to, I guess she's on a show and she's sharing this fact. So let me go ahead. Let me share my screen so you guys can see it. And then I'll be back to give you my perspective.
Right. For men, you know, they probably just get tired and then they say, okay, I found the one, I'm gonna just chill. I done have my fun. Once a woman get onto that whole phase and stuff like that, I'm sorry, you can't really shake that.
So you say women like Pringles, once you pop, the fun don't stop?
Yeah, listen, I talk to women for a living. They may take some seasons off, but they get right back to it.
Right.
Okay. So you saw the lady speaking and the two other ladies were nodding in agreement with her, and what she was saying was men will go through, and men don't even call it a whole phase. They just be like, listen, I'm going through these chicks, really, because they're a big ball of testosterone, okay, between the certain ages when they're young, you know what I'm saying, when they get into them late teens or whatever, 15, 16, and then he goes on into like his maybe towards his late 20s, he's a walking ball of testosterone. Listen, if he can pull them, he's dealing with them. This is just the way it is. But it's different for men. On a biological level, it's different for them. And on an emotional level, it's different for them because their vessel doesn't necessarily break just from the simple biological act of being with a bunch of women. Because biologically, they're designed to be with multiples of women, right? Now, I'm not going to quite go on to the spiritual or esoteric side of that for men because they can be damaged depending on the nature of how they're dealing with the women and what kind of women they find themselves always dealing with. Because just to make a small diversion, if the men are dealing with consistently very, very low vibrational hyenas all the time, they start picking up that energy from them, and it can be detrimental to men on an emotional level and on a spiritual level. It can damage them. But we're not talking about men. We're talking about the women. And when women actually get into this, because I've done a video before where I told you that the whole phase was a masculine thing. It's a masculine way for women to engage sexually with men because we are vessels, because we are designed to hold the energy of men. We are designed to hold their DNA. We are designed to hold their ideas. We are designed to hold their spirit. We're designed to hold a masculine light. We're designed to hold them and hold the things that come from them. So when you have a woman who immerses herself in this so-called whole phase, which is not a phase, the women on the video confirm that, it's not a phase. I've not seen a woman fully immerse herself in a so-called whole phase and actually come out of it. She's always for the streets. Once she really solidify herself, as for the streets, she's always for the streets. She can say what she wants, she can do what she wants, she can get married, she can have kids, but that is always there. And the reason that is always there is because that's a spiritual thing that happens to her. The breaking of a woman's vessel, the breaking of her ability to hold the energy and be content with holding the energy and the masculine light and the DNA of one man is severely corrupted by constantly the change rate of men being too fast, right? The constant change rate, the turnover rate, the churn is too fast. The turnaround rate is too fast. Because averagely you'll have, especially if she's a good looking woman, young, she's probably started having sex before she's 18, right? So probably 16, 17, she's already sexually active. And then let's go from there. Let's say she's good looking. Let's say she's attractive. A lot of guys like her. Even if she turns down some guys, because even in your so-called whole phase, you're not taking on everybody, but you're taking on enough. So let's say she's deciding that, oh, I'm young. I don't have to take relationships seriously, right? Because I'm quote unquote too young to take relationships seriously, which I don't know. That's a whole phase excuse line to make women comfortable or make young women comfortable with going into the whole phase by telling her she's too young to deal with a relationship in a serious manner and in a monogamous manner, right? So she goes into these things like, okay, well, I'm having my quote unquote fun. So what that means is I'm not taking any of the guys that come to me, I'm not really taking them seriously. We're probably gonna have some casual sex. We're probably gonna go on a couple of dates, hang with each other or something like that. And if it fizzles out in a month or 2 months or whatever, that's fine, because I'm just going to move on to the next guy. Now, let's say this girl does this every 3 months, right? Or, okay, so that's 4 different guys a year, right? So she does this every 3 months or so. She's getting 4 different guys in a year, right? If she's doing that from 16 to, let's say, 26, how many men is that? You see what I'm saying? If she's doing that from 16 to 26, that's 10 years. At 4 men a year, that's 40 men. She's not 30 yet, 40 men, right? Give or take. And then what about the one night stands in the middle of that? What about the one time she did that train? You see what I'm saying? You see how this body stack up? You see how it adds up? What that does is that feeds that lustful energy. She becomes not content with one man. She can't content herself with one man because there's always a different man out there that can possibly give her a different sexual experience that maybe another man didn't have. Or she was with a guy and he was really good, but she don't have contact with that guy. So now she's on the hunt for another guy that can break her down like that other guy did. You see what I'm saying? So she becomes discontent with dealing with one man. It's this discontent, which is why she become real chaotic in a relationship. She get in a relationship, right? And she can't be peaceful. Everything will be all right, except every once in a while, she starts in with this real chaotic behavior, disrupting everything. All of a sudden, there's a problem in the relationship and y'all need a break. That break is for her to hit the street again because that urge hit her again. And that one man can't satisfy it because no matter how good he break her down in the bed, he's still that same guy. And she's been with him, 6 months? He's old news. And once for the streets, always for the street. So the streets is calling. You know, I never did lose that number from that other dude back in the day. You see what I'm saying? I can call that dude. Or I got some girlfriends that can hook me up with a dude that they know, or keep us in touch with the dudes I used to deal with before I got with my man. And if he happens to be a man that she doesn't want to lose sight of or lose track of, she'll just start cheating. She'll just start cheating on that dude. Try to hide, cover her tracks. And this is a dude that maybe she understands his stability. She understands that he's, you know what I'm saying, gonna provide, and he's going to give her the 4 P's in a stable way. And she liked that stability. So she's not trying to get rid of that. However, once for the street, always for the street. So if she's not trying to be like, get chaotic and make him take a break, can't do that. So let me just go behind this dude's back and start cheating on him. I'm gonna be real sneaky. You know, that little work husband, you know, me and him do a little something, you know, and I can hide it. You know, I'll go out with my girlfriends knowing I'm gonna meet this dude. And when we get to the destination of the place that I said we were going to. So are we going to that restaurant? Sure. But what I didn't say was that there's a double date there. Then my girlfriend meeting her man right there. She going with her man, and I'm meeting my little side man. So this is what she does when she wants to hit the street again, but she doesn't want to lose the stability of the guy she's got at home. Also, here's another little tidbit. The so-called Heaux phase is an integral and important part for introducing a woman to the lost value system. See, in order to be part and parcel of the lost value system, you got to go through your Heaux phase, because your Heaux phase breaks down your spiritual value and your moral code. If you ever had one, whatever you had in that position, that breaks it. Being with a bunch of dudes and being able to do whatever with them dudes, especially if you're good looking and they kind of pay you or whatever, you run into a lot of Jonathans, a lot of paymasters, okay? That will break down a woman's spiritual value and her moral code. That'll break it. That's actually part of the breaking of her vessel, because a vessel is not just physical. Her vessel is emotional. Her vessel is spiritual. Okay? So the Heaux phase is one of the last few introductory things that a woman gotta go through in order to fully be immersed into the lost value system. And we understand and we see that women are the ones that encourage other young women to do a Heaux phase. See, even your mama will tell you, girl, you know what I'm saying? You gotta find out what you like, and you gotta, you know, don't just settle for one man. You too young for that. Go and see, you know what I'm saying, what kind of stuff you like. You know, you never know what you like. You never know what you'll find. You know, go out there and just, you know, see what's going on. That means go out there and slur out and let dudes run you through. Let them run you through under the name of finding, quote unquote, what you like. Having your quote unquote fun, and then later on, you'll be able to get a guy that'll settle with you. The only problem is you might be able to get a guy that can settle with you, but you can't settle. That's the part they don't tell her. She'll never be able to settle. She'll never be able to content herself and say, you know what? I got ran through in my 20s, but in my 30s, I'm ready to sit down. See, emotionally, she's ready for stability now. Environmentally, she's ready for stability, because now she's understanding the need for a cover. But that lustful little demon that she cultivated and fed from her teens all the way up to her 20s and probably her 30s, that monkey not going off her back. That little monkey is still there. And he taps her on the shoulder like, hey, you gonna pay me some attention? Let's hit this street. Your man ain't gotta know. Your husband ain't gotta know. What, you don't hurt him? Go out there, have your little fun. Come back. That's all you gotta do. You get the monkey off your back, come back, you cool. She never settles. Whole phase is never over. It's never over. All right. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.